So the next sutra, the first one is 7th सूत्र
साधना पाद, 7वां
सुखानुशायी
सूत्र, और
रागः
7th सूत्र और साधना पाद,
और 8th जो है दुख अनुशायी द्वेषः। तो यहाँ पर हम ये समझेंगे कि सुख और दुख, सुख का अनुसरण करना राग है और दुख का अनुसरण करना द्वेष उत्पन्न करता है। तो सुख का अनुसरण का अर्थ यह है कि मान लीजिए कि आपको आपके जो मित्र आपकी बात सुनते हैं और आप इसलिए उनका अनुसरण कर पा रहे हैं क्योंकि वह आपकी बात सुन रहे हैं, उससे आपको सुख की प्राप्ति हो रही है, तो इसलिए वह राग कहा जाएगा क्योंकि आपका राग है उनके प्रति। उसी तरीके से अगर वही मित्र आपकी बात नहीं सुनते हैं तो आपको दुख होता है और दुख का अनुसरण करने से आपको उनके प्रति द्वेष उत्पन्न होगा। सो raga is a pleasant companionship being in keeping with enjoyable objects in what is meant by the attachment. So whenever you talk about the raga means basically you try to do the things, or you try to keep the things which gives you enjoyment, and things which which gives you enjoyment, you always try to keep yourself close to them. So you develop an attachment or the rag towards that particular object. Suppose a person who likes or whom you like and he tells something good about you, so you always get close to that person because nobody likes the person who says truth and the negative things about you. So rag is basically you are listening to the person who is telling the things which you want to listen, and the dvesh is things which you get once the person starts telling the truth and you don't like the person, so you develop dvesh. So the person is giving you dukkha or the pain, so nobody likes the pain, so you try to keep away with the person. So aversion and attachment are impositions on the things that have the potential to consistently bring happiness or sufferings. तो राग और द्वेष दो ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जो आपके जीवन में सुख और दुख दोनों ला सकती हैं। अगर आप किसी के प्रति अटैचमेंट रखते हैं, किसी के प्रति राग रखते हैं, तो इसका अर्थ है कि आपको वह सुख दे रहा है इसलिए आपके और उसके बीच में राग है। अगर वह दुख देगा तो वह द्वेष है। सो एवर्शन एंड अटैचमेंट आर इम्पोजिशंस ऑन द थिंग्स दैट हैव पोटेंशियल टू कंसिस्टेंटली ब्रिंग हैप्पीनेस एंड और सफरिंग्स perceived as origins of the both joy and suffering. We respond to those assessments and convictions appropriately. Our judgments are founded on our constant need to be satisfied and fulfilled, as well as on the subtle impressions or the sanskaras generated from the prior contact with the similar objects. Nevertheless, whether they are alive or inanimate, objects lack the inherent ability to cause pleasure or suffering when they viewed objectively. Both pleasure and pain are mental and sensory perceptions that are subjective basically. So we have to understand that this both happiness and the pain both are basically mental and the sensory, because if you like somebody you get attached to that person, so mentally you like somebody and mentally you get attached to that person, and because of that you develop raga towards that person. But the same person, if he starts telling something bad about you, or if he starts telling something which you don't like, so you start developing dvesha or the pain against that person. Raga is the term for the state in which the mind chases after an object of pleasure and longs to repeat the delightful experience. So basically raga is a term for that state in which the mind chases after an object of pleasure. So once that object of pleasure has come to the person and he has experienced that pleasure, so mind starts running behind that pleasure and it always longs to repeat the delightful experience with that pleasure. So that is rag. Rag क्या है? किसी भी सुख को भोगने की बार बार इच्छा। अगर आपके मन में कोई भी सुख बार बार भोगने की इच्छा उत्पन्न कर रहा है तो वह आपका राग है उसके प्रति। It is not that hard to get rid of this. All it takes is a tiny jerk which can come from within or something that you make. रागों से अपने आप को अलग करना बड़ा मुश्किल काम नहीं है. It is not that difficult. Only thing we have to realize the pain and the dvesh, because rag will never come alone. Rag will always will be having dvesh with it. So always remember, whenever there is a rag, dvesh is just silent behind it. So once you understand this, automatically you can break your bond with that raga. Raga is antithesis of dvesha, or raga is opposite of dvesha. Both of them have a favorable or bad bond with countless people and objects. They are actual mental conditionings, and they are carried out based on whether we feel happy or repulsed. So rag and dvesh, you can say, when we talk about the kleshas, raga and dveshas are one of the kleshas which are very commonly seen. Now raga and dvesha, again, it is present or it is experienced because there is a presence of ignorance inside us. Raga and dvesha is experienced more when you have lot of ahankar. Because of ahankar, you forget the knowledge. Because of ahankar, you forget everything whatever people say to guide you. अहंकार के चलते आपके अंदर राग द्वेष इतने घर कर जाते हैं कि आपको अगर कोई सही सच्चा मार्ग समझाने वाला या दिखाने वाला भी है तो आप उसकी बात नहीं सुनते हैं. तो सबसे कॉमन, द मोस्ट कॉमन थिंग विच यू सी इन क्लेशास इज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ राग एंड द्वेष. Everywhere, people, those who like you, they are close to you. Those who don't like you, they are not close to you. Or people, those whom you don't like, you are not close to them. So you yourself is in between this pain and pleasure. So you keep on searching, you keep on seeking this pain and pleasure from the people around you, and you are just between this pain and pleasure always. And that is the reason you are never stable in the life, because Rag and Dvesh ultimately will never give you happiness. They will always keep you in stress, because राग मिला तो भी, द्वेष मिला तो भी, आपको तनाव तो रहेगा ही तब भी. तो दिस इज अबाउट द सूत्र नंबर 7th and 8th. That is your राग and द्वेष. Now next sutra is your abhinivesha. So abhinivesh, so he says स्वरस्वाही विदुषो अपि तथा रूढ़ो अभिनिवेशः. सो he says very clearly, जो मरने का भय हर एक प्राणी में स्वभावतः बह रहा है. सो अभिनिवेश इज बेसिकली फियर ऑफ डेथ. तो जो मरने का भय समस्त प्राणियों में एक ही प्रकार से बह रहा है, और जो विद्वानों के लिए भी ऐसा ही प्रसिद्ध है. मतलब ये ज़रूरी नहीं कि आप बहुत बड़े विद्वान हैं तो आपको मरने का भय नहीं है, आपको मरने का डर नहीं है. ये एक ऐसा क्लेश है, एक ऐसा दुख है जो सभी के अंदर बना हुआ है. कोई भी अपना जीवन समाप्त नहीं चाहता है कि हो जाए, बट जीवन की सत्यता है और जीवन की एकमात्र सत्यता है कि जीवन समाप्त होगा. तो चाहे वो कितना भी प्रसिद्ध हो, चाहे वो कितना भी बड़ा मूर्ख हो, मरने का भय सभी में बराबर बना रहता है. So the longing for life that even the knowledgeable can't resist is called abhinivesha. Even the knowledgeable, great people, great saints, everybody has got this fear of death. One's delicate essence transmits the fear of death that makes it grounded even for a scriptural expert. In classical Sanskrit, nivesha, or therefore abhinivesha, usually implies entering or into or clinging to. In this sense, it might indicate clinging to life or self-preservation. So basically, you try to preserve yourself. आप अभिनिवेश का अर्थ ये है कि आप अपने आप को प्रिजर्व करते हैं. You protect yourself so that nothing can happen to your body physically. Even scriptural experts who hold that there is a life beyond death exhibit dread and unwillingness to accept death. Now we all know that many learned scholars are there in the world, and people talk that there is a life after death, there is a life after death, but whenever the reality comes in front of them, they also have that fear and they are unwilling to lose their body. मतलब जीवन का समाप्त हो जाना या जीवन की लीला समाप्त हो जाना किसी को भी पसंद नहीं है. और सभी लोग यही चाहते हैं कि जीवन हमेशा चलता ही रहे। लेकिन आप देखेंगे कि चाहे वह ब्रह्मज्ञानी हो, चाहे कोई भी ज्ञानी, जो आजकल लोग कह रहे हैं ब्रह्मज्ञानी को तो ये द्वेष होंगे ही नहीं, लेकिन जो आपके आसपास महात्मा लोग घूम रहे हैं, देख रहे हैं, सभी के मन में कोई ना कोई द्वेष है। हो सकता है कि ये सुनने के बाद भी उनके मन में द्वेष हो जाए कि उनके मन में द्वेष है, बट द्वेष तो है। Beyond intellectual research, the agamas, that is your scriptures, reveal knowledge is what allows one to realign their understanding of the world and themselves. But even after that also, after realizing the agamas, they have that fear. Death is a fear that even intelligent people have. मतलब it is not that only foolish people, कोई मूर्ख आदमी है उसी को मृत्यु का डर है. It's not like that. Death is very evident, and death can have its impact on intelligent, it can have an impact on anyone. Nobody is left. Everybody before their death, they experience this fear that they are going to lose this life. They are equally driven by tremendous want to live, because there is no one on the planet who can say that yes, I am not interested to live, unless and until that person is having some disease or some other problem. This holds true for the lay people, philosophers and thinkers alike. Since it is observable in all the people, it is known as Swar Savahi, because it is observable in all the people. That is the reason it is called as Swar Savahi Vidushopi. So this is something which is common in a common people. It is common in all the higher philosophers. It is common in the thinkers. It is common in everybody, and that is the reason it is called Swar Savahi. It is an innate natural power present in all the people. It has a connection to every incarnation, because once you are not at all afraid of the death, that means you have won the death. Vidushya means learned or wise men, is a term that they are not from exempt. We cannot exempt them. So exemption is not at all possible, because even the intelligent, even the learned scholars have the fear of death. It is inactive in childhood, definitely, because childhood you don't realize everything. Kleshas are less because the responsibilities are less. As we age and witness deaths of others, we start witnessing death of others. It starts to work as counterbalance. It might come up at some point. तो आप जैसे जैसे बड़े होने लगते हैं, बचपन में उतना समझ में नहीं आता, बट जैसे जैसे उम्र बढ़ती है, आप बड़े होने लगते हैं, आप अपने आसपास लोगों को खोना शुरू करते हैं. People start dying around you. You start losing them. You lose your parents. You lose your near and dear ones. So that creates fear inside you that one day you will also be dead. The process of development and the process of stagnation are diametrically opposed. Abhinivesha is the first, followed by Dvesha. Abhinivesh जो है, the fear of death is always first, because it is inherent inside us. So whenever we talk about this Dveshas, we have to understand that Abhinivesha is the first which we all experience, and it is followed by Dvesha, because when you know that you are going to lose something and which is very dear to you, so naturally you will have aversion from everything which can cause death. Then you will have Rag, Asmita, Avidya, and finally Vidya. So if you start doing the sadhana, you automatically lose this bodily attachment. Then the Dveshas, Ragas, Asmitas and Avidyas are lost, and finally you are established in Vidya or knowledge. This is the path that leads back. Abhinivesha should be the first to be overcome before moving on to Avidya in order to defeat the kleshas. So हमें ये ध्यान रखना है कि अभिनिवेश जो है, fear of death, उस पर हमें सबसे पहले काम करना है, क्योंकि अगर आप मृत्यु पे विजय प्राप्त कर लेते हैं तो आपके अंदर बाकी जो क्लेश हैं, यानी कि द्वेष, राग, अस्मिता, अविद्या, ये सारी चीज़ें अपने आप ही खत्म हो जाती हैं. सो दिस कंप्लीट्स आवर 9th सूत्र.